Please, the Lordship. My Lord, I have a mention, my Lord. Friend, my Lord, two Anganwadi petitioners, they were applied for the post on the basis of earlier advertisement. Thereafter, another advertisement for 47 posts made after 1 year. We are told not to apply. So accordingly, we are not, but still out of doubt that they are not doing anything, I come to the Honorable. The Honorable put on last 11/4/25, my Lord, after hearing both the sides on two occasions, ordered that we may be considered for the interview. Interview is going on suddenly from yesterday and today, man. And as per instruction, they may go appoint my Lord Monday, which they may make it at 2 p.m. my Lord. I have brought the notice copy of interviews notice, my Lord.
For what? What?
Well, for sir, either to my Lord to allow us, my Lord, the interview.
What was passed earlier?
My Lord.
What was the order passed by the court?
My Lord, the order was that, my Lord, they have applied for the post and this was they may be there.
Was any order passed by the court?
Yes, my Lord. What was on 11/4, my Lord. On last 11/4.
What was the order?
That, my Lord, their cases may be considered if interview is not yet been held.
That was, therefore, their cases will be considered. Why
yes, my Lord.
Why do you want another order?
My Lord, they are not doing it, my Lord. Interview is going to be completed today, my Lord. My Lord,
you point out that order.
My Lord.
You point out that order, you file contempt.
Yes, my they have done it, my Lord, yesterday, my Lord.
You already have an order that your cases may be considered.
If not interview is already held, my Lord.
But if you are not being considered another order, how will it help you?
My Lord, what about that, my Lord, to the effect that, my Lord, at least the results should not be declared for this particular center, at least.
No, not like that. The 11/4 order was passed.
My Lord.
It is not considered, you file contempt.
Their case may be considered if interview is not considered. Not
that is already there. You said it, 11/4 that order is there.
Yes, my Lord, it was May because perhaps because of May they are not considered. Perhaps, my Lord, for May maybe. Perhaps because May is there, that's why they have not.
May is there, then we can change May to shall.
My Lord, at least for particular this center, my Lord, I will be losing my Lord.
It will be subject to outcome of the writ petition.
It will become infructuous.
Why will it become infructuous? You are challenging your non-selection. Why will it become infructuous?
No, if today not, maybe on 30th, my Lord, on application matter, my Lord.
Vacation court you mentioned before the concerned court. We can't fix matters on vacation. You either approach registry or you mention it before the concerned court.
Lord, if the result is declared and they are appointed, my Lord.
If the result is declared, you have avenues. It's not going to be the end of the world, isn't it?
Still, my Lord, after appointment, there is a long process. Your Lordship. Just I will nothing only not to declare the result of that particular center. No, not all, man.
Only will it benefit you?
My Lord, only
withholding the result for all.
No, not for all, my Lord. Only for this center, I will pay, my.
Only for this center.
Yes.
There may be other candidates applying.
One or two maybe there, my.
One or two.
Maybe there.
Does it benefit you by not declaring the?
Just in the meantime, my interview may be taken only.
So essentially, you are asking for a
for inclusion in my interview.
You are asking for modification of the order.
Exactly, my Lord. Kindly this much only, my Lord. That to the extent that
have you filed an application seeking extension, modification?
My Lord, because time will get, my Lord. Record is there. I place it before your Lordship.
You file it if you can bring it by 2 o'clock. If you can file my application seeking modification.
Yes, my Lord. My Lord.
But it must be filed properly.
Yes. Now I'm just obliged.
Lordship, item number 7. I'm appearing for PW Lordship. In this matter, Lordship, my affidavit is still not ready, Lordship. So I'm praying for listing this matter after vacation. Lordship. I have informed the other side.
Item 7?
Yes.
A request made by the Nayak. It is delivered after 3 weeks.
Lordship.
My Lord, day before yesterday, your Lordship had passed an order. This will cover. Same.
Lordship, can this matter be passed over for the time being?
Covered, right? Covered.
No time being free.
Covered, yes.
Should Mr. Who will be appearing in this
Show him that order.
Yes, man.
Give him a copy of that.
Itu pun reply আমি টিকেট এটা অর্ডার দিছিলাম এই যে মেকেলে যে দিছিলাম ওটা টিকেট প্রপার্টি ঠিক হলো এটা পড়ুছি সেমিলার কেটটা কভার কভার করব এই লাস্ট কথা বলতে হবে
You want a disposal?
Yes. Covered.
Asking for a disposal.
Yes, your Lordship had on that day disposed of it. Same identical. Both cases were filed on same day, This will cover, my lord. And or SLC did, DLC did everything same, my lord.
What?
Mr. Kumar wanted to point out something from the DLC.
You follow it up at the end of the motions.
Right.
Inform me.
Obliged, Lordship.
We have
It is
received
or not?
our instructions, my lord. We'll file the affidavit. Let it be listed after
It's
repeated.
not even issued notice.
But
How can you get your instructions? Have you received copies?
Lordship, we are trying to
there is another case, my lord.
relocate the post of head assistant from the superintendent to the post of chief engineer so that my promotion
Is there
should
any
be held
other-
up, Lord.
is
There's
there any
another
other
writ
matter
petition,
pending?
my lord.
Lord,
Yes.
Is pending.
that is in respect of promotion to the post of head assistant, Your Lordship. So for the private
Let it be-
correspondent number 6, Your Lordship, who is holding in charge
You are holding what post?
senior assistant, Your Lordship.
Senior assistant.
Yes, senior assistant in the divisional level, Lord.
Which office?
Office of the executive engineer.
Now,
HE, Lordship.
from this post, what is the next higher
Next, head assistant, Your Lordship.
head assistant?
Lordship.
Where? Which office?
Head assistant is office of the superintendent,
Superintendent.
Lordship.
So that post is sought to be transferred where?
Transfer to the chief engineer office, renaming it as a superintendent, Your Lordship. So that the private correspondent number 6 can be accommodated, who is the holding the post in charge of the that post in charge of head assistant, Lordship. And you see the minutes which they have responded has initiated for giving promotion to the private correspondent number 6, wherein he himself is a member of this committee, Your Lordship. And you see the minutes, Your Lordship.
Page number?
Lordship, I'm coming. Page 40, Your Lordship. Page 14, may kindly see. The selection committee member may kindly see, Your Lordship. Number 4, Kumar Medi, head assistant in charge, he is the member. And he is the holding the meeting for his own selection, Your Lordship. Recommendation. However, that recommendation was not given approval by the chief engineer, knowing it well that the person respondent number 6, he is holding the post of senior assistant in the office of the chief engineer office. He cannot supersede the promotion of the present petitioners to the post of head assistant. And now to give the promotion to that respondent number 6, chief engineer has trying to relocate the post of head assistant to the post of renaming as superintendent and to relocate it to the chief engineer office.
Is there any rule to say that senior assistants in other divisions are not
That cannot be
qualified to
because
apply?
they are the divisional. We cannot go to the post of the superintendent to the post of chief
Where
engineer.
is it provided?
So far, our service is governed by the ministerial service rule,
District.
Lord. And their service is not governed by their superintendent of his own service rule, Lord.
They have their
Chief
own
engineer
service.
Chief engineer office has own service.
Own service.
They are also, my lord, governed by district ministerial, my lord.
Hmm?
All grade 3 are.
Governed by district ministerial.
Yes.
No, so far the
district
post I have categorically stated, Lordship, in my para.
Art and Council for the party. Petitioner is aggrieved by the proposal for transfer of the post of head assistant.
That is
The post of from
renaming as superintendent and to relocate
head office,
chief engineer
head
office
assistant from which office?
to the post of office of the chief engineer PhD, Lord.
Where?
From the office of the superintendent engineer
The office of the superintending engineer, public health,
engineering, Guwahati Circle.
quality control circle, Guwahati approved to the office of the chief engineer, public health engineering, integrated water. Assam, Hyderabad. We submitted that the entire proposal for lifting of the post, the head assistant, the office of the chief engineer, PhD, and to rename it
As superintendent.
as
Superintendent. Superintendent.
superintendent. The office of the chief engineer is only to accommodate response.
There are already 2 posts of
We
superintendent.
submitted that if their proposal is permitted to be given effect to, then the petitioner and other similarly situated candidates who are otherwise qualified hold the candidature for selection and appointment in the post of superintendent, sorry, head assistant, in the respective circle or the office of the deputy engineer will be deprived. It is further submitted that the minutes selection committee fee filling up of vacant post of head assistant, the office of superintending engineer PH, quality control circle. Has unanimously decided to fill up the post with the respondent number 6. However, a copy of the minute enclosed as annexure 9 to the repetition reflects that the state respondent number 6 himself a member of the state selection. The proposal for shifting and renomenclature and renaming post of head assistant of the office of superintendent engineer, office of superintendent engineer, superintending engineer, PH quality control, office of engineer, PH Anganwadi, only to accommodate it's Mr. I bottom section of the responsible party. It is a way that within 2 weeks. Within when can you furnish extra copy?
By Monday, or it can be today,
Today,
if today, possible. We can-
extra copies have been undertaken, be furnished to standing out with now. Steps of responding by registered date. Matter be listed again. 28th of July.
My lord,
Till date, your lord.
my lord, there's a similar petition. Let it be listed together, my lord.
When
5473 of 2024.
till the next date fixed, the respondent will not proceed to transfer the post of head assistant from the office of superintendent engineer PhD, the office of chief engineer PhD, without the particular matter being also pending the same together along with this matter. Let this matter be listed along with WPC
5473 of 24.
5473
73
of
24.
I'm happily authorized. Hello.
You have challenged the order of transfer of the petitioner in the after the exercise of the transfer for the year was over as per the policy. However, they came up with a new notification that is at page number 54.
transfer is an incident of service.
Lordship, as long as it is as per the policy, but it is yours the policy and
What is the policy?
policy which is in effect with the page number, Lordship. You find at page 31, Lordship, annexure 2.
31. Okay.
Yeah, that is the policy which is in vogue. As per the policy, Lordship, the exercise has to be completed. If Lordship comes to there's there's 4 kinds of transfer. One is as per as page 35, Lordship.
You fall under which category?
None of the categories, Lordship. In fact, Lordship will come to page annexure 3, page 46, Lordship. That is the action point for carrying out the transfer for the intrazonal transfers were issued on 3/5/2025 by the bank itself, which says exercise should be over by 12/5/2025. Lordship will kindly come to Annexure 4. There is a page 51. Page 51, Lordship, it comes as the transfer of the annual transfer was over, Lordship. The petitioner, which is at number 3, was allotted new work. And if Lordships come to the first paragraph, considering transfer and posting of new officers in zonal office, and also as per the requirement, it has been decided to understand effect certain changes office order dated so and so for allotment of duties among the officers with effect from 19/5/2025. The transfer exercise for the year 2025 was over in 19/5/2025. Also, Lordship will come to page number 54, Annexure 6. That they have come up with an advisory, Lordship. As long as someone is holding an office in the union of the bank, he will not be kept in the zonal office. Only on that basis he was transferred out. And that policy was issued by Resolution number 2, which is not even permitted by the policy of the bank itself, which says it can only be modified by the CEO or the MD of the bank. And also the policies are promulgated by Lordship. If Lordships comes back to page
You are
number 20,
holding some office of the union.
is I'm the General Secretary of the union.
You are transferred in terms of the policy.
But that is not the policy. That policy which is issued 18/6, that is a page 54, Lordship, was issued by Resolution number 2. Lordship says it's by the Chief General Manager, HRM, PSD, Training Winner. Now, if Lordship come to Annexure 2,
No, are you saying that it is
This-
page number 54 is a unilateral policy? There is no general policy of the.
no, Lordship, that is only a notified on 18/6. Lordship will kindly come to page 43.
Yeah.
Lordship, clause number 20.9, transfer of office bearers unions. There is an exception to the transfer, and this exception can be modified. If Lordship come to the last
What
paragraph,
does it say? 20.9, what does it say?
it says there is a certain exemption to the office bearer of the union. It was incorporated only in 2020.
Transfer protection exemption.
Exemption. And this can only be, what I'm trying to point out, Lordship, is that this can only be modified or deviated by the order of the CEO and MD. Lordship will come to the last paragraph of that clause. Managing Director and CEO shall have the power to make any deviation regarding transfer protection of the office bearer of the recognized union and association, Lords. So now they have given an exception in 2025 policy, which was not there in earlier policies.
But perhaps it is modified by the managing director and CEO.
Lordship, there is no whisper with regard to that, Lordship. And also, Lordship, if it comes to page 31, any of the policies has to be, Lordship, on page 31,
Yeah.
paragraph 3, the Board of Directors in their meeting held on so-and-so has approved the revised amended transfer policy, which signifies the transfer policy has to be amended by the Board of Directors, which was not there.
It's revised.
It is revised, which is given the exception. Now the respondent number 2, who is a CRM holding the post of CRM, not even the MD.
Where is
Ha-
where is your order?
Lordship, the order is at page 55. It does not disclose anything. However, it was passed after the modification.
What is
Lordship, I have to take instructions in this regard because yesterday only I have received the copy. Evening.
You go back
Yes, your Lord.
for all respondent.
He has not released yet. He is still in the post.
For all the respondent,
Yes,
Yes, your Lord.
attention to the employee of the bank. Present serving as a scale icon 3. Respondent bank. Join the respondent bank on 368. Eighth posting. The petitioner to an office bearer of the All India UCO Bank Officers Federation, which is the central union of the officers bank. He is presently general secretary. He is what? Joint general secretary.
These two unions. One is a confederation of the unions. So he's one of the one union is a joint general secretary. The other one is
He
general.
He is the general secretary of which union?
of Eco Bank Officers Association of Northeast
He is
Region.
the general secretary of the state federation. Federation,
He is a joint general secretary of the federation.
the joint general secretary of the federation, and also the general secretary of UCO Bank Officers Association in
Any Northeast Region.
submitted by the council to the policy of the bank.
Is 31.
The policy bank 29/3/2025. The as per clause 20.9, transfer of office bearer to the union and associate, including general secretary and joint general secretary, are given protection or exemption. Any such deviation in regard to transfer are made by the MP, the CEO. It's permitted that the Chief General Manager, HRM, PhD, Training and OL, by communication dated 18/6/2025, issued an advisory modifying the exemption offered to office bearers of the union to the extent that zonal officers should avoid post union office bearers in hotel / controlling / monitoring. Council for the Prisoners of this circular is in conflict with the transfer policy of 2025. There is a specific provision that in deviation with regard to the exemption granted transfers of office bearers of union to federation can only be deviated or modified by CEO. Consequently, on the basis of the advisory dated 18/6/2025, the petition being an office bearer in the federation and he was posted in the zonal office was transferred out by order dated 6. Agree? The
Your Lordship, is number
the-
54.
the- I know the petitioner has also represented before the authority, which has been rejected or what?
No, Lordship, no order was passed.
No,
We
order
still
has
still
been passed. Representing. And Sharma appears to respond. I submit that. He does not have instructed. Therefore, rates for
Which time is
2 weeks time.
Your Lordship?
Therefore, you need to return represent the responsive bank, which is the way, but the copy within the course of the day.
Yes.
Primarily, it appears that the bank has a transfer of which provides the exemption from transfer bearer as per law to 0.9.
9.
So this appears to have been modified by the advisory dated 18/6/2025, issued by the Chief General Manager. So, where there is no reference in the state advisory that the transfer policy 2025 subsequently stood amended by the appropriate authority. Prima facie, this court is of the view that the advisory appears to be conflict transfer form 2025. So the next day fixed, you order dated 21/6, right? Transferring petition will be state.
Really obliged.
Single notice will go Malini at this stage. If there is selection and appointment of honorary worker,
We can issue notice at which
it's first.
return of a form, return of time. The taking.
1 to 4.
APS for response. But for the way extra copies be furnished within 2 weeks from today. Within 2 weeks, extra copy.
Maybe it's something for 2 days.
of response.
2 days. Already.
I raised it
Today.
today. First.
Then it's more than a chief of clerk.
I did.
Yeah. Court.
It's not. Yes,
How are you? 4 weeks, madam.
4 weeks. 4. 3 weeks.
How are you?
We have made it returnable 3 weeks.
The matter relates to discharge of service. The discharge is supposed to come on 30th of June. My case, my lord, it starts from page 37. I'm reading the original only. At that point of time, my lord, he was found to, my lord, this was in March 2024. He was found to be having alcohol dependence syndrome. And he was referred to the Zorhat Medical College for psychiatric evaluation. At page 39, my lord, is the certificate from the Zorhat Medical College. It says no psychotherapy at present. Then he was advised to abstain from alcohol. After submission of this certificate, my lord, everything went fine. Till, my lord, 15/3/2025, page 40. And the case was again referred to Composite Hospital CRPF at 9 Mile, my lord. Based on this report, the invalidation order, my lord, from service at annexure 8 and 9,
So what was the finding here?
my lord, of the CRPF doctor.
Yeah.
CRPF doctor, my lord, at the bottom diagnosis is alcohol dependence syndrome, currently using the substance active dependence.
Yeah.
Based on this, my lord, the discharge order is issued. Though formal communication has not been made, my lord, annexure 9 would say. My lord, at this stage, my lord, I would otherwise, my lord, be removed from service from 30th. The provision, my lord, there is a statutory provision as far as to how these cases are to be done. They are having every right to examine me and discharge me from service, but then discharge does not become automatic. Under Rule 26, my lord, there is a provision that I can file an appeal by getting advice from a civil surgeon. Rule 26, my lord, at page 47. Page 47. Where a commandant is satisfied that a subordinate officer or a honored person is unable to perform his duties due to his physical debility, he may direct the said subordinate officer or a honored person to be brought before a medical board. The medical board be consisted of so and so. Then where the subordinate officer or the honored person is found by the medical board to be unfit for further service in the force, as the case may be, the authority specified in Rule 17, if it agrees with the finding of the medical board, communicate the said finding to the medical board, and thereupon within a period of 30 days of such communication, the person may make representation against the competent authority supported by prima facie evidence of error of judgment of the opinion expressed by the medical board, which should be in form of a government doctor not below the status of a civil surgeon and should contain specific mention that he has taken into consideration the finding of the medical board giving his opinion. So, my lord, my medical board,
Who is the appropriate authority?
now the procedure in 26 is that after my discharge has been confirmed post the medical board, I should be given this 30 days time to make a representation by obtaining a opinion from the civil doctor, my lord, in terms of Rule 26. Thereafter, a review medical is considered, constituted. And if the review medical, my lord, finds me unfit, then I have no further right of appeal. This is the scheme of Rule 26. So 26.3, my lord, has not been followed, my lord. I was given this order, in fact, formally not communicated. Only on 15th of June, my lord, I have come across this order. 15th of June, we have come across this order. So 30th June is my out date, my lord. So this 30 days for me to, my lord, file an appeal at this stage is not there. And in similar circumstances, my lord, we have given some orders, my lord, at page 63, annexure 13. This court hath, my lord, enlarged the time that you file a representation with the opinion of the civil doctor, and the respondents will take a press call, my lord, by constituting the review medical board. Until that, my lord, the service was protected.
The finding, where was the finding?
My lord, the finding at page 40, my lord, annexure 7. This is from a paramilitary hospital only, composite hospital, 9 Mile CRPF. It says alcohol
Now,
dependent
this is,
symptom.
this is by a particular doctor, or
My lord, this is by psychiatric doctor of the
now this,
composite hospital.
you can, against this, you can file an appeal before which authority?
My lord, it will be before the Director General. Director General. He will then direct constitution of a review medical board, taking into consideration that what the civil doctor has said. So the word of the CRPF doctor or the paramilitary doctor is not final. The civil doctor gets a chance to give an opinion. Thereafter, there is a review. And if the review is found unsatisfactory, my lord, then yes, discharge can follow.
There may or may not be a review.
Depends on
The constitution of the medical board is not automatic. It is to
yes,
be,
it is subject to my representation.
no, your representation, does it lead to an automatic?
Yes, my lord. That is what the Rule 26 says. Rule 26.3, my lord. Page 47. The person may make a representation against it to the competent
26
authority supported by the prima facie evidence of judgment in error.
26(4).
My lord. Where the person declared to be unfit for further service makes representation under Rule 3, the same may be forwarded to the next superior officer who shall have the case reviewed by a press medical. Now my 30 days time, my lord, technically from the date of service, my lord, is not there. Because formally, the order was actually not served on me. On 15th only I have come to know. There's no receipt in this particular order.
Yes, Mr. Tegu,
My lord, I'll have to obtain the instruction, my lord.
I heard. Let him file the representation in the meantime.
My lord.
My lord.
That the appellee, the present petitioner serving under the Assam right. And pursuant to opinion of medical professional, I think this is where
This is CRPF Composite Hospital, 9 Mile, my lord, near Sanabara.
CRPF composite hospital. Petitioner was diagnosed as with reports alcohol dependence syndrome, are currently using the substance within bracket active dependence. Based on this,
Annexure 9 of the was
what is 41?
my lord.
Is 41?
Case 41, my lord, is
Medical slip.
is actually a continuation of case 40, my lord. It is a continuation of case 40.
The
41 is type
Medical-
copy of case 42.
medical officer on advice and advised that the petitioner be kept in a strict supervision of 1:3 unarmed guards till final disposal. Disposal of what?
But probably is indicating till discharge or till the review or whatever.
On the basis of this medical report, the petitioner was validated out of service by order dated 16th May.
20th May is, my lord, the order of the commander.
Where is that?
Page 9, my lord, page 45. Annex 9, page 45.
By order dated 20th May 20 May 2025. Issued by the commander, 41 Assam Rifles. The council for the petition that the Assam Rifles Rule 2010, Rule 26 5, that where retirement or discharge of subordinate officers are on grounds of physical unfitness, the said subordinate officer will have an opportunity to file a representation for reconsideration of the for review of the medical opinion. And upon such a representation being filed, the appropriate authority will constitute a fresh medical board for that purpose. And thereafter order retirement or discharge if the decision of the fresh medical board adverse. It is submitted that the order of discharge dated 20th of May 2025 was received by the petitioner on
15th June.
15th and is to be invalidated on the service by 30th of June. By 1st of July, 30th.
30th.
30th of it's up that the statute provides an opportunity to the petitioner to ventilate his demand under Rule 26, which the petitioner will not be able to carry out if he is invalidated on in terms of the order. The big in the matter, he therefore submit after 2 weeks.
My lord.
They may keep updated by the- Accordingly, upon considering the submissions made by the council for the petitioner as well as perusal of Rule 26 of the Assam Act 2010, this court took the view that the petitioner should be permitted to file a representation as provided under Rule 26 is ordered accordingly. Until the review fresh medical board that may be constituted, orders retirement or discharge of the person. The discharge order dated 20th of May 20/05/2025 shall not be given effect so far as the if, however, the petitioner, in spite of giving liberty by the court, fails to prepare the representation before 30th of June, the interim order stands vacated without further damage. Can you file it by 30th?
My lord, at least 1 more week time. Because otherwise, as per the statute, I have time for 30 days from the date of communication. Because I have
We are
to go to
leaving
a
it at
civil
that.
doctor, my lord.
Better be listed again on 23rd July.
Well.
Interim order will continue.
Okay.
Yes,
Lordship, though Mr. Kumar hasn't come, but may I point out something?
Here,
Of page 18. There's a confusion on our part.
page 18,
Page 18. It is a DLC meeting of minutes.
page 18
Yes.
of the writ petition.
Yes, Lordship, leave petition.
Here.
Serial number 6. That is Ashwin Kumar Deka, petitioner.
In-
On the right side, it's the placed in DLC dated 17/17. And then on column number 8, that is the date is 2000. That is 11/5/2000. Next, on column number 14, that is date of application 38/2020. Now, if his application is on 38/2020, his application couldn't have been placed in 2017.
You examine that part.
If
You examine that part.
yeah, no, so some time may be given to in instructions.
No, we are only closing the writ petition. Subject to such verification.
Even of such,
Yes.
there is an inordinate delay on part of the petitioner in preferring this writ petition. 2000 is the date of date and writ petition has been filed in 2020.
If you read the penultimate operating paragraph of the judgment of the order, it doesn't say anything. In fact, the petition is disposed of without expressing any view on the merits.
Yes.
Leaving it to the authorities to dispose of the representation.
Correct.
With proper reason.
Yes.
If you find that there are material irregularity, pass appropriate order.
Correct.
So,
That will cover. Deeply over.
Right, Lordship.
Please, my lord. The contempt case, my lord. Petition is the withdrawal ready, my lord. No, my lord. The office noted, my lord. 34/25, my lord. Etiquette is available, my lord. It's mentioned, my lord. Illegal signature, my lord.
who is the respondent?
Respondent, my lord. The sole respondent, my lord. The executive engineer, my lord. The name,
Can
my
you
lord.
take service by Dusty? Take service by Dusty
Yes, my lord.
as per office notes dated 3/004/25. It is shown that the ID card for the sole respondent returned back with eligible signature. So thereafter also stop. However, the sole respondent did not represent that account. Therefore, this court considers it appropriate to permit the petitioner to undertake service by way of Dusty of the respondent by routing it to the registry of the office. An affidavit of compliance thereafter shall be filed by the. It's the matter again after 4 weeks.
Date may be fixed, my lord.
After 4
20 24, my lord. 24.
30.
30. Deeply open.
Here, Lordship, I require some time to sign my affidavit, Lord. Here, I require some time, Lordship.
Last result, man, let me submit that.
Because we have received the instruction but not complete, because there are 9 petitioners, some of from BSF, some of from that, Lordship.
Result was declared on 28, 2013.
Because they
23,
have
my lord.
clubbed the petition,
Almost
lordship.
2 years, my lord.
They have clubbed the
We
Yes,
expect immediately after vacation,
Lord.
we'll get you instruct.
lordship.
Mr. S.S. Roy, come to PPC. At the time, it is the later happened. That we did adjustment. Trade profile. Voting matter should be listed in a fixed date. Considering submission, the be listed on the first of July. I will date the
Lord.
respondent will complete their
Lordship, we have filed our affidavit yesterday, Lordship.
yesterday. Have you received a copy?
The copy,
Have you
Lordship,
received a
this is-
copy?
copy by,
Huh?
copy.
Keep.
Copy by set. Yes, sir.
You have not received copy?
Not this.
One and November.
The CPC submits that the affidavit in opposition has been filed yesterday.
Yesterday,
You filed
Lordship.
it.
File it.
Yes. Therefore, we have notice, it will be petitioner may file rejoinder.
May I please, your lordship. My lord, the family pension of the petitioner has been revised, my lord. So matter become infractual. My lord,
Family pension received.
my lord, received and now the pension, the case is, my lord, for higher pension. She has been paid earlier lower pension by deducting the length of service. During the pendency of this writ petition, my lord, on 35, her pension was revised. So my lord, grievance has been, my lord,
To submit that the grievance to the petition has been redressed by the respondent authority. Therefore, no further cause. Accordingly, the writ petition stands dismissed as conference. Mr. A. Ghosh appears for the PNR relief. Writ petition dismissed, interim orders remaining stand vacated pending either of dismissed. May say Talukdar for
2 and 5.
2 and
Yes.
5.
highly obliged, your lordship.
Exactly. But this is a petitioner before your lordship, our earlier working as Anganwadi worker. Lordship, your service was cancelled by the authority.
What is your prayer today?
Lordship, prayer for reinstatement, lordship, reinstatement to our service, lordship. Criminal case which was filed against her was in which case lordship
Readings
you
are
are
complete. Readings are
Pleadings complete, lords.
complete.
yes.
Lordship, then case that was filed against her, in that case, he was acquitted by the Planet Trial Court. So I have filed a representation before the authority to reinstate me in service, but that was not agreed by that lordship. It's not before this month. Lordship, no other case is pending against her.
What
the
is pending?
criminal, no other, any other criminal case pending, Lordship.
Where is
And,
your representation file?
Lordship, it is filed after acquittal. It is, Lordship, kindly have a look at Annexure 7, page 50.
Page 15,
20, Lord.
20. Then, when was it filed?
Lordship, it is 26/9/2022.
Not disposed of. Not considered.
It was not reinstated. Lord. And Lordship, kindly have a look at Annexure 6, page 19, acquittal order, first file learned file.
What is the stand of the respondent?
Lordship, they filed their affidavit. In their affidavit, they also disputing the offer acquittal, Lordship, and
You want to consider the representation, Mr.
Lordship,
Tony?
that is Lordship, the petitioner.
Where is the order of removal?
Lordship,
Is there an order
Cancellation,
of removal? Cancellation.
Lordship, that is at Annexure 3, Lordship,
Page number
Page 14.
14, Lord.
14. Is there a set of rules to say that if you are arrested, you will be cancelled?
Okay.
Terms of appointment, where is your appointment order?
Lordship, that is at Annexure 1, page 11, Lord.
There is a set of guidelines.
Yeah.
Do you have that copy here?
Then with,
Guidelines for appointment of Anganwadi
no, Lord,
worker, helpers.
I'll collect, Lord.
We close it asking the respondents to decide on your
Lord-
representation
Lordship,
in terms of the guideline.
Lordship.
The petitioner was appointed as Anganwadi worker
Lord,
at Anganwadi Center under Raja Bazar ICTS project. Pursuant to, in connection with PS case number 47 of 2019 under IPC section 420/468, petitioner was arrested and was kept in judicial custody for more than 48 hours. Pursuant thereto, the CDPU in charge, ID order dated 7th of September 2019, cancelled the appointment of the petitioner on the ground that she was arrested and kept in judicial custody. Petitioner thereafter filed a representation. Petitioner subsequently was released on bail by an order dated 1/6/2020 passed by the Defense Court. Subsequently, the petitioner was acquitted from the criminal. Where is that order of the criminal court?
Lordship, Annexure 6, page 19. PRC number 50 of 2002.
Pursuant thereto, uh, the criminal case, namely PRC 5050 of 2021, before the subdivisional judicial magistrate within bracket M, bracket both Kapkipur Kachar, was disposed of on context. Stop. The SDPU, SDJM by order dated 2/7/2024 disposed of the case on the ground that the prosecution failed to establish the case and prove it beyond all reasonable doubt. Stop. The petitioner was acquitted and set at liberty. Pursuant thereto, the petitioner filed a representation before the CDPU, Madhapari case, I represent like 26/9/2024. His representation has not yet been disposed of and taken by the petitioner. There are pursuant to issuance of notice, the respondents have filed the CDPO has filed the evidence where there is no reference to the representation being issued. There is also no reference to show that for arrest of a Anganwadi worker or appointment order gets cancelled in terms of the guidelines of the rules governing the services of Anganwadi workers. There are Mr. J.K. Goswami, hearing of the respondent, also doesn't have specific instructions as to whether the CDP.
Lordship, in my affidavit, it is stated that the CDPO sent the communicate this representation to the Director of Women and Child Development Assam.
Page number?
Yes, page number 26, Lordship. Paragraph 9. In my affidavit, Lordship.
What kind of CDPO in his affidavit referred stated that the representation filed by the petition has been forwarded to the Directorate Women and Child Development. However, there is no information as status of the disposal of representation. This court considers it appropriate to dispose of the petition in the direction. Who will it go? Who, Lordship?
That the cancellation order was passed by the CDPO, Lordship.
The disposal of the representation.
Representation was submitted before the CDPO, Lord.
You
Now
forwarded it to
forwarded it to the Director, Lordship. Direct that.
Director responded.
Yes.
Director. Expeditiously consider the prayer of the petition. Or particularly view of the order passed by the SDJM dated so PRC of whereby the petitioner was acquitted of the alleged of the offences alleged. Stop. The director will also consider the representation in terms of the guidelines which for the rules available governing the service of pass it. If there is no criminal case pending, petitioner shall be restored to service by recalling the cancellation order.
Like that.
Make little mistake. In this case, my lord, respondents file an affidavit in opposition on 26, my lord. I need 2 weeks time to file reply, my lord.
Mr. Richard Ahmed. That wait for 2 weeks time to file your affidavit to the affidavit in opposition filed by
Respondent number 1 to 9.
Not 1 to 9, Lordship.
One-
1, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 4 to 9.
respondents 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Published.
List up.
Please, your lord. As per the last order, the respondents were supposed to apprise the court with respect to provisional pension of the petitioner. Lord. As per my instructions, lordship, till April 2025, provisional pension has been paid.
Yes.
Lordship, the provisional pension has been already submitted to the treasury.
Of the earlier order dated 23/6/2025, standing council submits that provisional pension has already been submitted to the concerned treasury on 24/6/2025. The petitioner, therefore, the matter will be presented after 2 weeks, by which time the council will apprise the court. Basis of the review of provisional pension. Let's say both are for finance, that are for
Lordship, for PWD.
you for PW.
I'm for
Respond.
Highly obeyed.
M14 Lordship. I only see the last order. Because this is my fault, Lordship. I could not that communicated that order to the concerned authority, Lordship. So one of that instructions I could not be obtained. This is my fault, totally I have made Lordship.
Lordship.
Lordship, can it be fixed and almost 10th of my lord, in 10th on vacation, my lord, court?
Lordship, may I pray, Lordship? Even if today they place any kind of instruction, Lordship, I have been placed under suspension on 1/10/2023. So that 90 days and 120 days, I'm covered by that judgment. Beyond that year, nothing has happened, Lordship. Even if today they are
We are not
initiating.
disposing the matter today. You are asking for a disposal. We can dispose it of, but we don't know when you'll get the order because courts are closing from. There are 2 options
Lordship has
we can
the-
offer you. One is to fix it immediately after reopening, or you can take a chance and mention before the vacation court.
vacation, but I'm not there I'm going for treatment.
Can it be fixed it on 14, Lordship?
Lordship,
Better, my lord, my plan will be.
Lordship, in the last occasion, Lordship, they have stated that no review has been done yet.
That is true, my lord, no review has been done. Even then, my lord, that
Lordship has on the
DP
same
has been
statement.
initiated by the initially deputy commissioner, Lord.
And on the
That-
same statement, Lordship.
There is an order we have passed. Probably it should be applied online today. You take the number from the court master and see if that similar order can be.
Lordship, I just leave it up to your Lordship's decision. Oh, with all respect, Lordship. The only thing I want to apprise this honorable court, why am I continued to, because there is nothing to that
We
there is any
examine that. We are not closing your
continued
petition.
suspension, Lord.
You are receiving subsistence allowance.
Yes, Lordship.
You're receiving it.
Yes.
So we are not closing your petition. You are aggrieved by the continued prolonged suspension without a review.
Yes.
We'll pass an order. But if we pass an order today, we don't know And council has already accepted that it is his fault that he could not communicate. So you tell us what should be done, we'll fix it.
I leave it to your lordship, whatever
Yes,
lordship
yes,
pleases
16th.
lordship.
16th,
14th lordship.
15th.
What? 16th of the-
16 July,
Lordship.
please note 16 July, by which date
Lordship, his submission may be recorded so that I can
By
also
which
save
date?
my skin.
the standing council revenue department, Mr. J. Happy, will apprise the court with regard to any review that may have been taken by the respondent authority in respect of the suspension ordered of the petition. So this adjournment is granted on the submission made by Mr. J. Happy that by oversight not communicate with the department in time to obtain the required instruction.
There'll be an observation then on that
It
day.
is already there.
There'll be an
And
advocate.
on the next day fixed, an attempt will be made to dispose of the
Lord.
I'm
obliged.
obliged.
Wait, please, your lordship.
What has happened?
No, the writ appeal, my lord, is fixed today, lordship, in as item number 9.
What happened in the writ?
Lordship, writ appeal, Lordship, they have sought time, Lordship.
We didn't think.
They have sought time, Lordship,
No,
this
no,
is
Lordship.
there. Lordship,
That
kindly,
detailed hearing happened, lordship, and then the court was pleased because of the point of that adjudication. The case is fixed today, and it is fixed in court number 9.
No. Today what happened?
No, it is still there, lordship. It is going to be listed.
Senate 2, Lordship can take up. I think by this time the matter will be heard, Lordship. And Lordship, actually, writ appeal, we don't have any, because they have impugned that order, Lordship, passed in the March, Lordship. And we have our instruction,
No,
Lordship.
Lordship.
Even if the writ appeal order is taken up today, assuming the appeal is dismissed, will we
Lordship.
have the copy of the order today?
Yes.
No,
No, Lordship.
even then, lordship, the case will is pending. The writ petition is pending, lordship.
Will let us have it on 14th,
Yes, lord.
reopening.
Lordship, because of the status quo order Lordship has given, because interview has already been happened, Lordship held up. And I think the process is also going on, Lordship. So Lordship has passed a certain order, Lordship. So this is the difficulty on Lordship.
Yeah.
If I may, lordship,
We'll
Lord-
fix it on 30.
Lord,
Vacation time.
if I may, lordship, lordship, this case, lordship, already we are working. We are already working, and the one-stop center is going on. Now, during the pendency of a writ petition, which was filed by us in the month of March, just to make that case infructuous, they have filed. They have given us this termination order.
Lordship, may I be allowed to
Now-
place my case today, Lordship?
Now, lordship, in this regard, lordship, because of all this which has happened, the only thing is that the writ petition which we have filed, that is being made infructuous because of this. Because
Against what have you filed an appeal?
lordship, because of the motion or lordship interim order which was passed. What has happened in that interim order?
That is under appeal.
Yes, lordship.
Then-
So after the appeal has been preferred, lordship, they have given the termination order.
Lordship
After
is
the writ
completely wrong submission, Lordship.
After the writ petition, sorry, my lord, after the writ petition was filed, after that interim order was filed, they have filed a termination order. Now-
Let us understand one thing. This Saki is now being taken over by.
Yes, Lordship, the terms, Lordship, may kindly peruse for a moment the instruction that I received, Lordship.
Why don't you tell us? Why do you
Lordship, yes.
peruse?
Because Lordship, yes, Lordship.
Yes.
There was, that means, this is that the Director, Women and Child Development issued one letter, Lordship, to the District Social Welfare Officer, Borpeta, to take over the operation of Sakhi, Lordship. Then, because at that, on the expiry of the deed of agreement with the NEVARD, Lordship, because the present employees are the employees under the NEVARD.
We are
Lordship, yes, Lordship.
there.
Then, Lordship,
Thank you.
yes.
This is an NGO, some kind of a service you are there offered.
Exactly,
It
Lordship.
was under a different organization, never initially. The services were offered by under NEVAR.
Because the NEVAR were the only organization which was registered, Lordship, with the government.
Right.
And yes, Lordship,
They
so
were employed
employees under the NEVAR.
NEVAR.
So when Lordship, there are other reasons also, Lordship. There was, because these are for the safety and security of the women and the particular district, Lordship. And when the new, this Mission Shakti has been replaced, Lordship, so there has the necessity of, that means regularizing the all the setup, Lordship. So there was a visit to the centers, Lordship, and if your Lordship may kindly peruse the minutes of the meeting dated January 2025, Lordship, it will be made it for your Lordship. Lordship, the third page, Lordship. Today, on 8/1/2025, a review meeting is held in the office chamber of the District Commissioner Barpeta. The meeting is chaired by the District Commissioner Barpeta. The ADC SW Barpeta addressed the House with the objective of the meeting, stating that the meeting has been conducted in order to review the day-to-day functioning of the one-stop center Barpeta. She informed the House that during the visit made by one Assistant Commissioner to the OSC on two occasions, dated 29/10/24 and 29/11/24, the latter found the day-to-day functioning of the OSC not to be satisfactory and therefore placed the matter before the District Commissioner Barpeta. On her visit to the OSC on 29/11/24, she found the IC Center Administrator absent in her office at around 11:30 a.m. She had to ask the staff to call her from her residence, which is in the first floor of the OSC building. She arrived at her office after 20 minutes. She seemed to have no knowledge regarding the functioning of the OSC and the inmates brought to the OSC, as she could not answer regarding the details in the inmates present on that day. Moreover, the DSDO present in the meeting also placed before the House his dissatisfaction with the functioning of the OSC Barpeta post the expiry of the agreement with the NEVAR NGO. Further, he appraised the House that the OSC has been taken over by Office of the District Social Welfare Officer Barpeta upon the expiry of the deed of agreement on 2010-24. But the staffs were engaged by the NEVAR, the then implementing agency, and therefore no punitive action could be taken against them. Prior to 15/10/24, if any dissatisfaction arises in regard to any of the employees of OSC appointed by NEVAR, then the modus operandi was to inform the matter to the NGO NEVAR to take corrective measures in regard to that. He cited the case of Kabiri Shaikia, who was serving as Center Administrator Barpeta from 1/4/2022 to 15/10/2024. Kabiri Shaikia had been terminated by NEVAR by letter dated so and so. But on expiry of deed of agreement with NEVAR on 2010-2024, there is no provision with the district administrator or the DSOW Barpeta to issue show cause notice to any of the staffs or to terminate them. On hearing the matter, the District Commissioner Barpeta placed before the House the proposal of conducting fresh recruitment process and engage new staff for smooth and effective functioning of the OSC following Mission Shakti Guidelines 2022. The decision was taken as per the directions given by the Director, Women and Child Development, Assam. The House decided to go for fresh recruitment of staffs of the OSC as per the Mission Shakti Guidelines as per the points mentioned below. A committee will be formed to carry out the recruitment process of one-stop center Barpeta with the following members. These are their Lordship: Additional District Commissioner SW, District Social Welfare Officer Barpeta, District Child Protection Officer Barpeta, and Child Development Project Officer Barpeta. Any other member as the District Commissioner may deem fit. Recruitment will take place for the following posts: Center Administrator, Counselor, Case Worker, Office Assistant, Multipurpose Worker, Security, Night Guard. The recruitment process shall take after the completion of the Panchayat elections 2025. The post of Center Administrator, Counselor, and Case Worker shall be filled through a written test to be conducted by the committee. The post of Office Assistant to be filled through computer skill test to be conducted by DIO NIC. The post of MPW and Security Guard to be filled through personal interview conducted by the committee. The advertisement shall be given wide publicity via a leading daily newspaper of Assam and on district website of Barpeta, on notice board of DC office, DSWO office. The issue also decided that till the process of appointment of new staff is over, The present staff appointed by the then implementing agency NEVERD NGO shall continue to operate the functioning of the OSC, as the Office of the District Social Welfare Officer Borpeta does not have any extra manpower and recruitment process would take time, and as removing them immediately from their post would render the Sakhi One-Stop Center Borpeta non-operational, thus leaving the victims of domestic violence, child marriage, trafficking, cybercrime, etc. without any medical, legal or psychological support. So this was the minutes.
I do.
Yes,
Self-contradicted.
Lordship,
You are raising allegations against the employee.
Lordship.
Terminate them. They are not there. They don't know that what. Yet you retain them to operate till a new fresh set of persons are
Yes, Lordship. Because on October there was entering.
with the.
Yes.
That you are operating with these detective staff. Let us say. See, what we want to understand is that this is the service which was rendered by NEVERD. NEVERD terms and conditions ended. Then it was inter-exam. It was taken over by the district authority. Now it is under the ministry. But these people are already working, rendering their services to have specific allegation against some people. You are at liberty to proceed.
Leave apart, Lordship. If they don't possess the qualification, shall we retain them? Shall we retain them, Lordship?
But your
Will the public money be wasted paying them, Lordship?
your minutes reflect that. Why weren't they terminated?
Yes, because we have no such
Your
power.
minutes.
We have no such power because they were appointed by some other agency.
You don't have, you close it. You are asking the
We
court.
cannot close, Lordship, because this is a for the
One
social
hand,
security lobby.
On one hand, you are saying that wastage of public money. You are wasting public money on people who are incompetent to hold as per.
Yes, Lordship. Then when the government is trying to take the corrective measure, Lordship, then
Where is the finding in the minutes that they do not have the qualification? Where is the finding?
qualification is something else, Lordship.
Here is what?
Here the minutes will not go with this. That's why the new fresh appointment, Lordship. That's why the fresh advertisement.
Immediately after reopening.
No, Lordship, I shall pray for the matter to be taken up on 30th, Lordship. I shall put this on affidavit, Lordship.
You put it, you file affidavit, you make mention before the courts. It's up to you. We are not
I shall not be
matters
here.
on vacation court. You mention it
Lordship.
before the court concerned. I am not authorized to fix a matter before vacation court. Whichever court is there, you make a mention. If the court permits, you take it up. That liberty is there.
Liberty will obviously be there, Lordship. Lordship has put a restraint, Lordship, on this notice that has been issued, Lordship.
We have given reasons. If you are agreed, go and appeal. You have a forum for complaining against this order. You have an appellate authority. Go and appeal. This is an inter-party order. You can file an appeal.
This is something
file
else,
an
Lordship.
application
This
seeking
is
modification.
modification is always there. I am not on that, Lordship. Because of this, their order of their notice was issued on 29th April 2025, and they have come before the court on 26th or 16th of June, Lordship, when their term was supposed to over, Lordship, and the day before the interview to be taken place, Lordship. So this is their.
What has happened to the appeal?
Well, appeal is pending, my lord. Today is it fixed?
Not taken up as yet.
No.
We can, at the best, we can fix it on 14th on the reopening date.
Yes.
If you want, if you are still entitled to make a mention before the vacation court.
Lordship, then what will happen to this? Because the 30th, Lordship, this is there, and the new set of candidates are ready with this, Lordship.
We are not interfering it. We are only saying it for the time being. That's all. We are not saying that the interview is bad or the persons who are appointed are not to be appointed. We are just putting a restraint for the time being on the fact. We have given the reasons in the order.
This is up to your lordship.
Yes, of course. it will
Then
go ahead.
lordship
Yes,
is
sir.
preventing to take something, lordship,
14, my lord.
Sorry.
okay, lordship.
This
I have nothing to say, lordship.
How you like.
Interim order con-
The interim order passed earlier will continue. But you are at liberty to mention before vacation notice. Even if the matter is, you can mention it. All we are saying is that not proper for us to fix a matter on the vacation. Because which matters will come before which court is for the court to decide.
Then lordship may kindly record my submission, lordship. Record my submission. While extending the interim, lordship, kindly record my submission.
What was your submission?
Lordship is that because there was only a stopgap arrangement, the Director of Social Welfare has, that means issued a communication, lordship, which the petitioner also has annexed in this lordship.
The government advocate has placed before the court the instructions were containing the minutes of the meeting dated 8/1/2025. Which was held in the minutes of the district level committee meeting and the Mission Shakti. Stop. It is submitted on the basis of the instructions received that the retention of the writ petitioners were on a stopgap arrangement as they were employed under.
Yes, lordship,
But
they are not our employees. That's why we have no, that means authority
They
over
were-
them to take any action or to terminate them, lordship.
They were employed under NEBARD NGO and their appointments were subject to the agreement executed by and between the employees and NEBARD. It is submitted that there was no provision with the district administration or the district social welfare organization which shows any staff terminate them. Stop. There were some lapses discussed in the meeting in respect of the employees, and therefore it was decided in the minutes of the meeting to proceed for appointment of new staff. However, proceed for appointment of new staff. So, the minutes being placed to the court, being carefully examined, reflects that although a decision is taken by the in the minutes to proceed for appointment of fresh staff. However, if the recruitment process is over, there was a decision taken that the present staff appointed by the then implementing agency NGO NEBARD will continue to operate functioning of the one-stop. What is that OSC?
One-stop center.
One-stop center.
One-stop center within bracket OSC. As the office of the district social welfare Borpeta does not have any extra manpower and the recruitment will take time, and as removing them immediately from their post render Saki, one-stop center Borpeta non-operational. So, having taken note of
Lordship,
the
there is another point of not holding the interview, lordship, because of the panchayat poll, lordship. Lots of time.
So the government also submits that the interview process could not be immediately held after the expiry of the
Yes, Lord.
terms of NEBARD NGO in view of the panchayat polls which were held in the state. But having taken on submitted this court of the view that notwithstanding the discussions held in the minutes reflected in the minutes, see that the decision has been taken by the district administration. Decision has been taken in the meeting by the DC Borpeta to operate the OSC with the existing staff. So, in the meeting, there is no specific deficiency pointed out with regard to the staff in particular to show that their retention in the posts are detrimental for operation and functioning of the OSC. Be that as it may, since this court by order dated 2006/2026 had already permitted the respondents to proceed with the recruitment process. However, the termination has been stayed by this court. This court is of the view that the interim order with regard to termination be extended with the next hearing, on which date this court will make an attempt to dispose of the writ petition on the basis of the submission that the meeting of the record. So it's made clear that the district authority is empowered to take action against the existing staff if any act of indiscipline or deficiency is noticed by the district administrator. The interim order will not operate as the bar. List on 14.
On 14, Lordship.
We have to order on 14, but you are at liberty to make.
Lordship, will deeply obliged, Lordship.
I have filed the affidavit. It is on the record, Lordship. Proceedings are completed. Can it be on the 17 on the opening day hearing as a fixed matter?
Yes.
And the examination is on 27 as per APS.
Yes, that is the main thing, madam.
Huh?
21.
Lordship, examination for the post my petitioner is paying is fixed on 21st and 22nd July. And this petition is for basically for condonation of his age to appear the interview. We have already scheduled all the everything. So let the matter be finally heard, Lordship, before 21. If he succeeds, he can will appear in that.
Yes.
Yes, now done.
17.
17th, my lord.
Oh, what in it?
Heard counsel submitted by the Mr. P. Sharma, having counsel fishery department.
Yes, Lord.
That the affidavit has been filed.
Yes. It is on the record.
You want to file a rejoinder?
I'll file it in the meantime.
The petitioner is permitted to file rejoinder, considering the prayers made in the writ petition and the submissions of the council, the matter be listed for admission hearing on 17th of July.
For final disposal, madam.
Admission hearing. What else are we hearing the matter for, if not for final disposal? 17 July.
Time for response is appear.
Mr. PP Dr. appears for respondent number.
But the thing is that my friend is appearing for the fishery department. He have filed their affidavit. In their affidavit, they have taken a stand that it is the under the domain of the pastoral department takes a decision whether to relax or not to relax the. They have not filed the affidavit. And second thing is the APSC has also not filed their affidavit.
It's up to them. We can't invite them to file.
No,
If they don't want to file, they don't file.
We will not pay for time for affidavit because his concern is with the department.
On that level,
Lordship, let the matter be decided on merit, Lordship. Let the matter be decided on merit, Lordship. The affidavit is done. We'll argue on law point. Leaving aside,
Not necessary to record.
leaving aside affidavit, Lordship, I can merit on the law point. I can argue.
Right. What are these matters?
Lord, my matter is pertaining to the premature retirement.
Huh.
Under section under Rule 56J of the Fundamental Rules. And the other matter,
Why is it fixed for hearing
my lord,
on 27th?
on
No, why is it fixed for hearing today?
because
earlier
the
partnered.
earlier it was partnered, then it was released, then court fixed this date.
We'll keep it for after vacation. It was partnered before another bench.
Yeah.
We'll have to rehear it again.
Yes, first hearing will be. May fix a date so that
The third counsel for the parties by earlier order dated 16/6/2025.
another date.
The court and bench were heard this matter earlier. Had released the matter. Partnered. Considering that these matters are listed today for hearing for this court. Since today, the last day of the application, as agreed to by the counsel for the parties, that the matter listed for hearing.
Yes.
We don't know whether it is analogous or not
Yes,
analogous. You make a prayer before that court on 22nd. We'll have it in August,
my lord, can it be preponed because
July. Because July already, they all right, we'll have it on the 29th.
yes. My lord, let it be fixed as per their convenience because earlier also this is how case could not be taken up on several days.
All right, 22nd.
Yeah.
Interim order, wherever passed, will continue till the next date of this thing. 22nd of July.
22nd of July.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
What is the matter about?
Well, lord, I have been prematurely retired by arbitrarily applying 56J. When they fail,
These are all
I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor.
paramilitary army.
No, my lord, in the LGBI, that Lokapra Gopinath Bordloi, that mental institution. I'm an associate professor there. The director, he himself has gone on retirement. He has filed a case again that no, I am entitled to continue till 70. This is how he is there. Central government has issued a notice order that you are retired on 65. So he has come before this court. We have come against his order that you could not have authority to issue such orders even after your retirement. And at any rate, 56 days is not applicable to me. This is my case. And this is
He has retired you and then he himself got
he himself retired.
He retired prior to retiring.
Prior to our retiring, he
He
retired.
retired. And then he passed prior to his retirement, he passed an order of your retirement.
No, after
His retirement.
Yes. This is one of the cases. That is why my case is stacked up with his case, because he has challenged that I have a right to continue.
How is it connected?
Others, few other cases, they were also retired.
You are appearing on item 24.
Yes. 24 and 25. These two.
24 and 27.
27.
And Mr. Mazumdar is appearing in 28.
29. 28.
28 and 29. Okay. We'll examine the matter on 22nd.
Prima facie the order.
Let us have it on 29th.
Yes, they are saying that they have
31st. Yes, all right, 31st.
Yeah.
Have it on 31st July.
Let's hope that on that day, others will also be cooperating.
We'll